parents. Hello to my parents. Hello to my parents. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to our grandparents. Hello to my grandparents. Hello to my grandparents. Hello to my grandparents. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to all our caregivers. Anybody who has nannies or babysitters or other caregivers. Hello to my caregivers. Hello to my caregivers. Hello to my caregivers. It's good to be here with you. Let's say hello to our friends. Hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. It's good to be here with you. I'm glad I'm here with you. Hello, friends. I'm going to swoosh the guitar. Swoosh. Hello, it's good to be here with you. Let's sing our days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Hooray! Today, I see the number 2 and I see the number 8. Today is Tuesday, April 28th. Yesterday was Monday, April 27th. Today is Tuesday, April 28th. Tomorrow is Wednesday, April 29th. And today is Tuesday, April 28th. T is for Tuesday. Again, I don't have my letters here, so I guess we have to make a letter. I'm going to make a letter capital T. A big line across the top and a straight line down the middle. Ooh, capital T. T is for Tuesday. I can make a capital T like this. T is for transportation. You can make a lowercase t like this. T is for tacos. You guys ever heard of Taco Tuesday? Yeah. They both begin with T's. All right, I have my little truck here for transportation. A little bulldozer. Today we're going to do a few different things about transportation. I think first, yeah, we're going to sing a song. And then we'll learn some stuff on the computer. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. There's my computer. Okay. We're going to sing the If I Had a Car song, but instead of car, we're going to do other ones. But we'll start with car, because it's easier. Oh, if I had a... Whoa! If I had a car... Yeah, that works. Okay. Maybe if I go higher, how bad is that? Okay. Oh, if I had a car, I'd drive it every day. Yes, if I had a car. Ooh, I did that wrong. Car. There we go. My cares would go away. 'Cause I'd go. Let's do taxi. Oh, if I had a taxi, I'd drive it every day. Yes, if I had a taxi, my cares would go away. 'Cause I'd go beep, 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 beep. Oh, if I had a police car, I'd drive it every day. Yes, if I had a police car, my cares would go away. 'Cause I'd go was yesterday, and this isn't technically a uniform, but it's the clothes that I wear when I go backpacking out in the outdoors for a long period of time and I want to wear them safely. So that's kind of like a uniform. So I want to show you, I have my Darn Tough socks on, which are my favorite socks, and I wear those inside my boots. Put my boots on. I'm not going to wear them in the house, but I wear my boots and I wear my Darn Tough socks, so I have those with me. And then I like to wear a wicking shirt, so it wicks my stinky sweat away from my skin, so I'm not so hot. And then I have to wear a sun shirt over my skin. I can't wear shorts and short sleeve shirt because I have something called skin cancer, and I have to be extra careful of the sun. We all have to be careful about the sun and put our sunscreen on, but I have to be super extra careful. So I wear this hiking shirt over it that gives an extra layer of protection, and then I have my hiking hat on, and that gives, if you notice, it helps it back in the back here too, so I don't get my neck burnt, and then all the way around. Sometimes instead of this hiking hat, I'll wear this hiking hat, because it's a little bit breezier. But either way, my hiking hats, and then if it's cold, you stick on a winter's hat over it, and that protects your ears from the wind. And I have my water shoes with me. So if I have to do water crossings, sometimes when you're backpacking, you have to cross water, and it's like way up to here, and you have to make sure that you don't get swept away in the water. So I have my backpacking backpack, and when you're doing a water crossing, since it's about travel, woo, can't put backpacking backpack on with wings. They don't go together. All right, there we go. So you have your backpacking backpack, and it's clipped here at the bottom, click, and you pull it tight, and it's clipped here. Click. You pull it tight, and that helps distribute the weight. But when you're doing water crossing, you have to unbuckle your backpack, because that way, if the stream carries you away, the backpack doesn't pull you under. You can take that off really fast. So I keep my backpacking backpack open, and then I wear these on my feet. I take off my socks, and I slip on my water shoes here, and they got nice little grippies on the bottom. Can you guys see those grippies? Yeah, it's nice and grippy on the bottom, and they have toes. And then when I'm crossing, I can grip a hold of the, there we go. You can put my feet in the toes part and grip a hold of the water, of the rocks I mean, and then I don't slide as much. It's really sticky. So anyway, those are just some of my clothes that I wear when I go backpacking. What do you guys wear when you go backpacking or when you go camping in the outdoors? That's some of my stuff. Oh, and here's my backpack. It has lots of pouches. I don't have it filled right now. But I see this little tiny pouch? So cool. It's a lightweight rain jacket. Wait, I gotta open it up. I wish you guys were here and you could open it up for me. It's so fun. And then look, this whole jacket fits inside of there. What do you know? Inside that little pouch. And then you squish it all up and stick it back inside that pouch. Where is that pouch? Here is that pouch. And you just go squish, 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 and stick it back inside of there. Tuck it all back in. Tuck, 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 away the jacket. Do you guys have clothes that you wear when you're outdoors? What kind of special uniform are you guys wearing today? An outdoors uniform, a school uniform, a firefighter's uniform? Even if it's just your everyday clothes, you don't have to wear uniforms. Anyway, I get that stuff back in there, and then I open up this pouch, and I've got my what do you call it? Down jacket. Down is, I think we talked about this a few days ago, how birds' feathers are really protective of the elements and they keep them warm. And so it's stuffed with down, which is feathers from birds, and keeps me warm too. Anyway, so yeah, that's my backpacking gear. So I figured that's what I'd wear today for my uniform. Oh, and my favorite, my monocular. I stick one eye in and I whoop and woo-wee. I can see lots of things very close up. I like spotting for birds. You know me, I like my birds. And so I have my monocular on me at all times when I'm backpacking. Anyway, that's some backpacking clothes, and that's what I'm wearing today. Now, let's talk about where we want to travel. We wouldn't backpack here necessarily because we have to cross the ocean, but today we're going to learn about some places to travel to. So I researched a little bit on this website about kids' places to travel. Let me look it up for you. I might type it in. I've got to type in my secret password. Dun, dun, dun. All right, parents and adults who are watching this, I'm going to zoom in a little because I don't need you to see all of that. I believe this is kids-world-travel-guide.com. And it's got some really good info here. All right. Bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Da, da, da. Camera's little. Don't slide on me, camera. There we go. All right. So this is some special places. On this page, on Kids World Travel Guide, you will find the answers to the questions on our homepage. The first question is, where is the fairy tale castle in Germany? This castle looks just like the one from Disneyland, doesn't it? It's the Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria. The German castle that looks like a castle from a fairy tale is the Castle of Neuschwanstein in Bavaria. Bavaria is a region in southern Germany. And then you can click there and learn more German facts about Germany and facts about other castles. What is the anthem of France called? The French anthem is called Marseillaise. The national anthem of France was composed in 1792 during the French Revolutionary Wars. The original version of the hymn was very long as it contained 15 verses. However, today usually only the first verse is sung. This is what it sounds like. Let me see if I can find it. You guys should march with this. This sounds fun. Anyway, that's just part of it. I thought I'd come back and let you listen to it. What is a traditional dance in New Zealand? See if you can see the picture of that. Yep, there we go. The indigenous people of New Zealand are called the Maori and are in fact really friendly, although they might look grumpy on this photo. Many Maoris still live according to their many centuries-old cultural traditions and perform rituals such as the haka dance. The haka was originally a war dance, and the warriors tattooed or painted their faces to scare their opponents. And actually, the New Zealand rugby team, the All Blacks, always perform a haka before their matches. What does the South African flag look like? The South African flag is the only flag with 6 colors in the world. The colorful South African flag was first flown on the day Nelson Mandela became president in 1994. On 27th of April 1994, the first free elections were held in South Africa after the long years of apartheid. Now, during apartheid, the black people were kept apart from the white people and were denied the right to vote for president. There were places black people couldn't visit, benches where only whites were allowed to sit on, or schools that only white children could visit. It's kind of sad that that happened so recently, and I'm so glad that they changed those rules. Kids World Travel Guide. Which wild animals live in Namibia? In Namibia, you can see plenty of game. Game is a word for wild animals. Whether you visit places in the desert, close to the Atlantic Ocean, or spend time in the wilderness. Animals typical from Namibia are the many different species of antelope, such as the gemsbok, which is also called the Oryx, with the long spiky horns, or the kudu, with the spiral-like horns, which you can see here. This is a gemsbok in Namibia. Etosha National Park in the north of the country is a popular tourist attraction. It is home to large herds of elephants, giraffes, monkeys, zebras, wild dogs, jackals, and many others. And I think I clicked on this so you could see. All right, Oryx. The most likely wild animals to see when visiting Namibia are the many kinds of antelopes or bucks. Among the most prominent is the Oryx. This is an Oryx antelope. In the image above, you can see an Oryx with its long, spiky horns. The Oryx is also the national animal of Namibia. You can see these beautiful antelopes everywhere in the country, even freely roaming the parks and greens in small towns and villages, kind of like our deer, I guess. In many parts of the country, animals in Namibia roam freely, also outside the big game reserves. Therefore, people have to be extra careful when they drive on the roads, because many roads are gravel roads or sand pists, and we've seen many interesting traffic signs like this one. Traffic sign warning of Oryx crossing on the road. kudus. Kudus are big antelopes with beautiful horn spirals. These antelope live in the savanna regions and eat leaves and fresh plant shoots. Kudus are very shy. When they feel threatened, they would rather flee than fight. Springboks. I like that name, springboks. The springboks are numerous as well and can be encountered on any drive in the countryside. This antelope species is not tall, but easy to distinguish by their white belly and medium brown coat, as well as the white spot on their bottoms. These animals got their name from their way of jumping and running, which looks really funny. They must spring, boink, boink. They can leap up to 6 feet high. That's taller than your dad's. What, did you know the springbok is also the national animal of South Africa? Elephants! An elephant with its calf or its baby. African elephants are mainly confined to the Namibian national parks and will not be encountered outside game parks, except in the Damaraland, the desert area in northwestern Namibia. Did you know that African elephants are much larger than Asian elephants? They can easily distinguish African and Asian elephants by the size of their ears. One way that I learned as a kid, if you know the shape of the continent of Africa, its ear kind of looks like the continent of Africa, and Asian elephants are smaller. African elephants have much bigger ears. Oh, and it says here, their shape almost looks like the shape of the African continent. Ha 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 ha. Zebras. Zebras are easy to spot in the bushland due to their bold black and white striped coat. They are single-hoofed and are close relatives to horses. Zebras live in large herds. Did you know that the skin of zebras is actually dark and that the stripes of zebras can be compared to fingerprints? That means that all zebras can be distinguished by their individual stripe pattern and so can be easily identified by rangers and scientists. Oh my goodness, could you imagine memorizing which stripes were for which animal? I guess I kind of figured that out with my chickens, so I guess when you get used to them, you can figure it out. Rhinos, white rhinos in Namibia. The rhinoceros are an endangered species as they sadly are still hunted for their beautiful horn. Did you know that there are white and black rhinos? They're not much different in their coat color, but they're different in size and in behavior. In general, white rhinos are considered less dangerous, even friendly, and you can distinguish them according to the shape of their mouth. The white rhino with a broad mouth seems to be always smiling, while the black rhino has a pointed mouth, and the horn also looks a little bit more threatening. There are wild horses in Namibia too. One herd is located near Os, between Windhoek and Swakopmund, and can be often seen grazing in the arid region. The wild horses are such an amazing sight. They're likely to stem from a herd that was brought into Namibia in the early 20th century after the First World War, when the first railway line was constructed in the region. Lions, the lion sleeps tonight. Owie. As you would expect in Africa, you can encounter the majestic lions in Namibia too. In the northern Namib Desert, there are several lion conservation projects. No, there are no lions roaming the streets of the towns at night. However, these ferocious animals can be seen roaming near campsites in the national parks. I would have to learn more to backpack in that area. Camp fur seals. The skeleton coast of Namibia is home to a large seal colony. Visitors to Cape Cross can view the Cape fur seals from a walkway on the beach. Did you guys know that in Namibia and Africa you could see seals? There you go, Cape fur seals. However, be prepared, this is a smelly adventure. Seals can be smelly. Cape fur seals are the only seal species in the entire world that has external ears. You can see them right there. This you can also spot in the image. There are endangered animals in Namibia, the Oribis, and the pukus. Many endangered animal species can be found in Namibia. The African wild dog, the black and white rhino, the oribi, that's this guy, and the much smaller puku, which I think is this one. Yep, a puku and its baby. There's more to read about Namibia and other animals and other places. I just wanted to show you that and have our little travel journey today. Not journal, but speaking of journals, you guys can do the work and have lots of fun by researching more of these animals if you haven't heard of them before. And You can share it with me and let me know more of this. And you can go on your own travel adventure to another continent. Make sure to look up where Namibia is on a map when you have the time. Ask your adult to bring it up on the computer or look at your world map and figure that out, because there is some great stuff about that. All right, let's get moving. We've been learning a lot. Let's get our bodies moving. We are going to do some movement. Whew, that's why I made the screen bigger. Now, when we're moving today, let's do a fast brain dance to get ourselves moving. Breath. Tactile. Core distal. Head tail. Top bottom. Right side, left side. Cross lateral. Vestibular. Whew. That was the fastest brain dance I think I've ever done. All right, now that our bodies are warmed up, we are going to talk about our bodies in space. So, there are two concepts. There are many concepts, but there are two specific ones in dance and in movement and just in general in life that's important. And that is self-space versus general space. I do not want my guitar to get knocked, so I'm scooting it over. So, oftentimes in dance, we talk about our space bubble, and I've talked about that before, which is our self-space that we don't want bumped. Now, the interesting part is that different people have different levels of self-space. Some people are comfortable all the way up to here. Some people you can get like right up to here with, like, boop, 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 and it doesn't bother them. But other people like you to be kept farther away. How many of you guys have little baby brothers and sisters, or friends who have little babies, brothers and sisters that love to be cuddled, and then other ones that are like, wah, wah, and push away? Yeah, we all have different self-space. So we're going to do an activity to learn about self-space and general space. So I'm going to have you get you can get yarn, you can get cloths, you can get blankets. I'm going to use these scarves, and I'm going to put a circle around me that feels like my self-space. My space that if anyone gets inside of, let's see if you can see it on the ground. Yeah, if anyone gets inside of this self-space, it just feels a little bit too close to me. Notice how cheese behind it now? So this is kind of my self-space. I actually kind of like it a little bit further, I think. I like it a little bit further. I like a lot of space. So I like my self-space pretty big. And so if people get into that space, I want them to ask my permission first. Animals and little kids are a little bit hard at this. But ideally, if she was another person, he would say, is it okay if I come into your self-space? And I could say, no. Or I could say, yes, but be gentle. Or I could say, sure. It's okay, but it's important to ask for permission if somebody gets inside of your self-space. And then we have the area outside the circle, which would be called general space. So my self-space is the space that protects me. But then there's the general space, the space where everyone else is in. And so in our self-space, there's a few things we can do. Let's explore our self-space. Let's explore the high self-space. Oh, I can almost touch the ceiling. Way high self-space. Let's explore the low self-space. Let's get in our self-space and explore the low area. What could you do when it's low? Can you push into the ground? Can you make your foot go round and round and round and round and round? Woo, I caught my self-space. Can you spin yourself around in your low self-space? We did our high, we did our low. Let's do our middle self-space. I'm going to stretch, not too far out to general space, just in my self-space. I'm going to make like a little, woo, look at that. I made a circle in my middle self-space and moved my foot through it. Can you guys do that? Woo! So we have high, we have low, we have middle self-space. We also have a few other things here I'm going to teach you. Pretend you're a door. That is the vertical plane. This whole door space, this door plane is like the vertical plane. You can move on the vertical plane. Yeah, yeah, I'm moving on a vertical plane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, pretend you're a table. Wah, wah. Can you guys do that? You can do it like this too. That is the horizontal space, like you're a table. We can move on the horizontal space. Whoa, 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 in the horizontal space in my self-space. And then we have the sagittal plane. It goes back to front like a big wheel. Like if I was a big wheel. Whoa. My legs can do the sagittal space too. Woo! You guys explore the sagittal space. Sagittal, sagittal. Woo! 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 The door plane, or the horizontal plane. Boop, boop, boop. I'm sorry, the table plane or the horizontal plane. My bad. Boop, 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 boop. Now the door plane or the vertical plane. All right, high space. Dance on the low space. Dance in the middle space. You guys know your self space. Nice. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can pick up your self space markers and go explore the general space. Now let's walk around the general space. Let's walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and freeze. How many of you guys walked forward this whole time? Most of us probably did. Let's try walking in the general space sideways. Walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and freeze. Yeah, it's a little different, huh? Now let's get really tricky. Let's explore walking in the general space backwards. We want to go slowly when we're going backwards so we don't bump into things. And you're welcome to look over your shoulders. But what's really good is to use your proprioception. Our bodies are created with this cool ability to kind of sense where we're in space. Even with your eyes closed, can you kind of tell how far away that wall is? Whoa, whoa. Yeah, it's our proprioception. So we can do the same when we're walking backwards. So let's go slowly. Let's slowly explore walking backwards in space. Freeze! Nice job, guys. All right, instead of just walking through space, remember to keep going forwards, backwards, and sideways as you're doing this. Let's jump through space. Jump, 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 and jump, and jump, and jump, 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 and jump, and jump, and freeze. Let's skip. Do-do, 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 do-do. Freeze. Let's hop. Hop, 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 hop. Let's slide. I'm going to try sliding backwards. Forward. Freeze. And let's spin. I'm going to spin on a low level. Freeze. Now let's tiptoe. I'm going to tiptoe on a high level. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Let's see if I can tiptoe sideways. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Can you tiptoe to the other side? Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. All right, now we're going to do something really silly. I'll just do a kick leap through space. Kick leap, kick leap, kick leap. Now, how many of you guys kick leaped forward? Let's see if we can kick leap backwards. Kick leap. Whoa, kick leap. Whoa, let's kick leap sideways. Kick leap, kick leap. Wow, freeze. Nice job exploring the space. Okay, now we're going to travel. We're going to travel. Everyone sit down. Let's get on our travel gear. Let's get on our travel hat. I already got my travel gear on. Our travel boots. Our travel pants. Our travel shirt. Okay. Green light. Let's walk. Red light. Freeze. Yellow light. Let's jog. Freeze. Red light. Let's go through a school zone and skip. I see a school. Let's go skip. Can we skip backwards? Freeze. Now, oh goodness, I see a highway that's safe. Let's go pretend to run like we're a car on a highway. Freeze. Oh, you know what I see up ahead? tunnel. Let's go on a middle level. Let's walk through that tunnel on a middle level. Freeze! There's a pasture beyond that tunnel. A nice green pasture where the horses are galloping. Let's gallop like the horses. See the pony galloping, galloping down the country lane. See the pony galloping, galloping down the country lane. See the pony coming home, all tired out, all tired out, all tired out. We just galloped fast through space, and then we went slow through space, different speeds of traveling through space. But you know what? I think I see a bridge. Let's tiptoe over that bridge really high. Take our feet over that bridge. Whoa. Can we do it backwards? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, phew. Oh man, but there's another bridge. This one's too high to go over. We're going to have to go under. So let's go really low. Let's crawl under that bridge. Oof. 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 Oh, hey, it's a magical winterland. Let's slide, slide, slide. I'm sliding on a low level. Slide. You can slide on a high or a middle level or a low level. Let's slide through that space. Uh-oh, there's potholes. Let's leap from pothole. Don't step in the pothole. Leap over it. Leap through space. Leap through space. Leap through space. Leap through space. We made it safely back home. Hooray! Well, let's sing one song and then I have a book for you about traveling too. Did you have fun with that travel exercise? Learning about self-space and general space? Your homework for the day is to come up with 3 moves that you can do on a high level, 3 moves you can do on a middle level, and 3 of your favorite moves on a low level. And show them to your family so that you know the 3 different levels of space that you can travel in when you move through general space or in your self space. And you can choose, are those 3 going to be in general space where you're moving around, or are those 3 going to be in self space? And if you feel comfortable, share with the parent show them the scarves and show them what your self space bubble is, because it's helpful for them to know how close your space bubble is. Some people's self-space bubble, I have a few kids that I work with right now that I know their self-space bubble is like here. It's really tiny. They're like, come up and squeeze me. They love it. Come up and tackle me. They love it. But I also know I have some other kids who get really startled when anybody gets in their self-space and they haven't asked permission first or haven't told them that they're coming in their space. They like startle really fast because it's confusing to them, especially because this girl can't see. And so when somebody comes into her self space, she startles. So it's important to remember to ask for permission or let them know, hey, I'm coming closer. And again, the only time that it's always important to ask for permission before you come into someone's self space, even if it's the person just nodding their head. But the only time that's an exception is if that person is going to get themselves hurt and a parent steps in, or an adult that's a caretaker steps in and says, oh, stop, and tries to protect them. In that case, it is important to go into their self space because it's for protection. Anyway, all right, let's sing a song. Do you guys know the Oh My Darling, Oh My Darling, Oh My Darling Clementine? Yeah. So there's a song about an airplane to this song. It goes, get your wings out, and you sing I am an airplane twice. I'm an airplane, I'm an airplane. You guys try it. I'm an airplane, I'm an airplane. Great, and then we fly high up in the sky. Flying high up in the sky. Your turn. Flying high up in the sky. And then flying higher, flying higher. You got it? Flying higher, flying higher. As I watch the clouds go by. As I watch the clouds go by. Let's try it. Ready? I'm an airplane. I'm sorry, Tank. Did you notice how he startled? I got into his self space and it startled him. I'm sorry, buddy. But see how I apologized? It's important to apologize if you accidentally go into someone's self space when they don't want you to. And he seems happy now. Okay, back to the airplane song. I'm an airplane, flying high up in the sky, flying higher, as I watch the clouds go by. All right, here's the second verse. I'm an airplane, see me flying all around, flying lower, till I land upon the ground. You ready to start from the second verse? I'm an airplane, see me flying all around, flying lower, till I land upon the ground. Yay! Let's sing that whole song. I'm an airplane, flying high into the sky, flying higher, as I watch the clouds go by. I'm an airplane, see me flying all around, flying lower, till I land upon the ground. Woo! Hopefully your airplane had a safe landing and not a crash landing. And if you did have a crash landing, make sure it's a soft crash landing so your body doesn't get hurt. Perfect. All right, well, I have a book here. I'm going to read to you. It's kind of a longer one. So if you guys need a little break, push pause, go take a break, come back. This book is about a little person, wizard. I think they call this person a boy, but I'm not sure. We shall see. It's called Wizard. I like this book. I got this a long time ago when I was living in the Pacific Northwest. Wizard by Jody Bergsma. It's a Benjamin Franklin Award-winning book. Wizard by Jody Bergsma. Written and illustrated by Jody Bergsma. Here we go. Can you see it? There we go. Winter solstice had passed, and the promise of snow hung like a cloak over the purple hills. Far from the royal city, a young boy named Kevin sat with his cat by the fire, while his mother lay quietly in the next room. His grieving father kept watch by her bedside. Living simple lives, the family had been spared the turmoil felt in the other parts of the kingdom. But now a dark cloud had settled over the cottage. Kevin's mother was gravely ill. The boy's elderly father shuffled to the fire. "Son, I must ask for your help," he sighed. "Your great-grandfather often spoke of a magic well that is hidden in the Queen's garden. If you could go there and bring back just one vial of the healing water." Kevin's eyes grew wide with astonishment. "Oh, Father, I'm too young to make such a journey alone." "You must go," the old man whispered. "This may be your mother's only hope." Despite his fear, Kevin packed a small bag, leaving just enough room for his cat, Thomas. He hugged his parents goodbye, and then he headed east toward the mountains. The path led into an enchanted forest, where thick, tangled branches hid the sun. Moving through the trees, Kevin heard strange voices whispering, "Go this way, no, that way." But the sounds came from mischievous trolls, and soon travelers were lost. Night began to fall. The boy shivered in the icy wind. "We must find shelter," he whispered to Thomas. Just as the first snowflakes swirled to the ground, Kevin found a small cave. He gathered a few branches and attempted to light a fire, but the wood was too damp. Trying to stay warm, the boy and his cat huddled together in the darkness. Snow fell throughout the night, and they awoke to a fairyland of white. Thomas bounded out to play in the snow and look for mice, while Kevin searched in vain for drier wood. Desperate to light a fire, the boy struck his flint again and again, but to no avail. Then, like a spark in the back of his mind, he heard his great-grandfather whispering an ancient chant. "Light, fire, light, bring your strength and power. Come, fire, come, dance for me this hour." Kevin repeated the words. "Light, fire, light, bring your strength and power. Come, fire, come, dance for me this hour," his voice growing louder and louder with every strike of the flint. Suddenly the twigs burst into flames, and a rumbling shook the cave. Amidst a great shower of sparks, there appeared a luminous dragon. Eee! Kevin screeched as he jumped back, tripping over his cat. Where did you come from? Stammered the frightened boy. The dragon stepped out of the flames and bowed politely. By ancient words, thou hast called me forth to be thy servant. My name is Graystone, after the rocks which gave me birth. The dragon's friendly manner thawed Kevin's fear, and the splendid fire banished the cold. But something was missing. Where was Tomas? Thy cat has run into the forest, young master, prompted the dragon. Kevin followed the paw prints across the snow to the hollow of an old tree, where he found Tomas crouched upon a blue cloth. The boy gently wrapped the cloth around the trembling cat and carried him back to the cave. Upon seeing Graystone again, Tomas arched his back and hissed. As he leapt away, the woolen cloth flew into the air and landed on Kevin's shoulders. Why, it's a cloak, and it fits me perfectly, he said with surprise. As the chill of the evening settled in, Kevin finally coaxed Tomas into accepting their strange new companion. That night, the three travelers happily shared the glowing fire. In the early morning light, Graystone prepared hot mint tea, while Kevin packed his small bag. How will I ever find my way through the tangled woods? He sighed. I would be pleased to be thy guide, pleaded the dragon. But you can't, Kevin exclaimed. Dragons have been banned from Lugan. I shall need a disguise, of course, replied Graystone. Pray, give me thine own cloak. Thou wearest the new one, and we shall be on our way. Kevin agreed, and together they left for the royal city. As they traveled through the forest, Graystone instructed the boy in ancient magic. He learned how to disappear in a cloud of smoke and how to summon dragonfire. But his favorite lesson was whistling an enchanted tune. Whenever Kevin practiced, Tomas would find himself dancing a merry jig. Leaving snow and forest behind, the travelers arrived at a small village. Graystone announced, Thou must go forth alone, for I cannot be where I am not respected. Kevin and Tomas shyly entered the town, hoping to replenish their food supply. As they passed between the cottages, they could see curious eyes peeping through the windows. Doors opened and villagers approached one by one, with humble greetings and gifts. One whispered, Could this be the promised one? Another bowed deeply, saying, Welcome, esteemed one. Others called out, Hail, young master. Astonished by the warm welcome, Kevin gratefully accepted the gifts of food, clothing, and even a shaggy pony. When they met Graystone outside the village, Kevin was excited but confused. What do you think they meant by their bowing on all these gifts? He questioned. They believe thou art the child wizard spoken of in legend, Graystone replied. The one who shall restore glorious days to the kingdom. But I'm no wizard, protested the boy. I beg to differ, master, countered the dragon. Oh, goodness. One moment, Tank is barking because somebody's at the door. Okay, thank you, Tank. Can I finish reading the book to the boys and girls? Ooh, I hope that didn't startle you. Sorry about that. They believe thou art the child wizard spoken of in legend, Graystone replied. The one who shall restore glorious days to the kingdom. But I'm no wizard, protested the boy. I beg to differ, master, countered the dragon. By thy fortune thou wearest a wizard's cloak. A wizard's cloak? Why didn't you tell me? Kevin exclaimed, his voice rising. I can't wear this. Wizards are banned from the royal city. Remember thy quest, master, said the dragon. If the queen believes thou art the young wizard foretold in prophecy, she may grant thy request a vial of the healing water. Kevin's love for his mother was far stronger than his fear, and so it was he agreed to journey on, pretending to be the child wizard. When the travelers reached the next town, Graystone again departed, taking with him the shaggy pony. This time, Kevin and Tomas were given a much different reception. After they entered the city, the gates closed behind them with a resounding clang, and tall guards with sharp spears stepped out from the shadows. Clutching Kevin by his cloak and Tomas by his collar, the guards marched them to City Square, where a crowd gathered. They were confronted by a sour-faced official. How can you be a wizard? He sneered. If you truly are the promised one, prove it! And he was pushed into a small platform. Kevin hoped they wouldn't notice his legs shaking under his cloak. Show us your magic,
chanted the impatient crowd. Prove yourself! Remembering Graystone's lessons from the forest, Kevin called out, Working is the bread of life, but dancing is the jam! And then he started whistling the enchanted tune, and Tomas began to dance. Twirling this way and that with great abandon, soon everyone joined in, dancing, clapping, spinning, humming. The guards were swaying, and the officials were even tapping their toes. No one seemed to notice when the young wizard and his dancing cat silently escaped in a puff of magic smoke. Still trembling, Kevin and Tomas rejoined Graystone. Rejoined Graystone and the pony. Fearful of being captured, the travelers slipped away through the forest. Emerging on the third day, they could see the golden towers of the queen's castle in the early morning sunlight. I must go no further, the dragon announced. Remember, young master, thou art what thou believest thyself to be. Then he vanished before their eyes. Kevin bravely approached the gate, and a guard barked, Who goes there? And I think we will save the rest of this long story for tomorrow. So join in tomorrow to see what happens to our friend Kevin and the dragon Graystone and Kevin's cat, Tomas. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.